Hi everyone, let's cook another recipe from my unofficial Harry Potter cookbook. I previously cooked from here once before and I marked it off. It was a roast beef and Yorkshire pudding. Remember, blue is savory, pink is sweet. So without further ado, let's pick out, what's for dinner? Maybe this one. Oh, yay! Okay, so we have French onion soup. And okay, so these are cookies. We're not gonna do cookies with French onion soup. Let's read what it says. Giving creature Regulus's locket was a good move. Harry has never tasted better French onion soup. See Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, chapter 12. And it looks like for this recipe, we'll just need onions, butter, a baguette, Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, sugar, flour, beef stock, and additional grated Parmesan. We'll go shopping for onions, beef stock, and the baguette. And I just noticed over here to make French onion soup with Gruyere cheese, which I do want to do, so add this to the mess. Preheat the oven. Again, toast, yada, 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 yada. Okay, so we're picking up some Gruyere cheese too. Let's head to the store. So it's pretty busy in the store, so I didn't get to film, but we have our onions, the beef stock, the baguette, and somewhere in here is the Gruyere cheese also. And now we'll head back to my house. All right, now that we have our ingredients, we can begin to cook. Our first step is preheating the oven to 350 degrees. Peel the onions, cut them in half from pole to pole. I don't know, onions had pole. Okay, and slice as thin as possible in a heavy soup pot. Heat the butter and remove the pot from the heat. For those of you who have outstanding chopping skills, you are about to cringe because my knife skills are terrible, but let's begin. During this part, my eyes were watering. Cutting 4 onions is a lot. So for our second step, it says remove one end of the baguette and slice 6 1-inch thick slices for croutons. Cover the cut end of the bread and save for the end. Dip a pastry brush into a hot butter that is in the pot and brush one side of each slice with butter. Place the slices butter up on a baking sheet, sprinkle with cheese, toast the bread in the oven for about 10 minutes or until brown. If you're watching this part and wondering why I'm wearing a band-aid, the answer is yes. Yes, I did cut myself while chopping onions. For the third step, while the bread toasts, return the pot to the heat and add in onions, season with salt and pepper. Stir in the sugar and continue to stir over medium-high heat until the onions have browned about 15 minutes. Then we're gonna blend in the flour, gradually add the stock while stirring and bring the soup to a boil. Reduce the heat to a simmer and cook uncovered for 30 minutes. I will note that during this part, I did add about a cup of dry sherry and then I cooked that wine out just to add a bit more flavor. I felt like the recipe was a little lackluster. And as fair warning, your house is going to reek of onions if you ever decide to make this recipe. And then our last step would just be to ladle the soup into warm bowls and float a cheesy crouton in the center and then sprinkle cheese around the crouton. Yummy! So while I finish up, I will say I already ate the soup and it was good, but I'm gonna say it, this cookbook's bland. I feel like this book would be a good starting place, but I highly recommend looking elsewhere so that way, you can add thyme, garlic, and other seasonings to this recipe to really make it shine. I'd say I'm done with cooking from this book. I'm kind of over it, but I will try baking. As always, thanks for hanging out with me today. If you want, feel free to like and subscribe, and until next time, bye friends!